What's up, brother? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Happy Thursday. As of right now, we're waiting on a little bit of news. We got existing home sales in a few minutes. Might as well wait for that to pass, I'm thinking. But real quick, look at where we're at. Obviously, yesterday was the wrong bias, was bullish yesterday. We just sold off like crazy. I'm not sure if anybody was able to capitalize on the pullback to equilibrium in the PM session that we were looking to get in, but basically I was waiting for this 15-minute candle to inverse this, which it did, and then there was a 5-minute inefficiency tucked into the 15-minute BPR that ultimately prices never came back for, and then strong rally straight to equilibrium essentially right here. And then a very strong pullback back down to close the day off. But I don't know if anybody was able to catch anything in there, any sort of executions in there. That would have been a nice move, obviously. It would have actually made back what I lost yesterday. I think more than double of what I lost, but I guess it is what it is. Now, as far as where we are today, obviously, as you guys can see, I already marked out pretty prominent SMT at the lows here with NQ and ES. NQ also trading down to the -4 standard deviation from the manipulation from yesterday morning, and as well as taking out a pretty significant daily low right here. So this daily low has now been swept on NQ. Now, with all that being said, like looking at this, everything I'm seeing on the indices charts makes me want to be bullish for right now. The only thing that's making me hesitate a little bit on longs is the fact that DXY has now delivered to that daily inefficiency and starting to push higher out of it. And longer term draw for me on the weekly chart is pushing for these highs. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen this week, obviously. Who's to say that price couldn't form a weekly fair value gap on the weekly candle, right? Like looking at the weekly candle right now, it's pretty much a doji for now. So that's a possibility that price could just doji up here on this weekly candle, form that weekly gap, and then want to pull into there and then push. That's also possible. But yeah, those are kind of the two only things that are a little bit conflicting for me right now. Like I said, I'm bullish based on everything I'm seeing on the indices charts, and only DXY is the only thing that taints that a little bit. But yeah, for now, I'd like to remain. I guess if I had to pick a bias right now, I probably would lean bullish just based on everything I'm seeing here. But no need to rush into anything either. But I would look to see something like, see if we can find, like a short-term high being traded through like this with some displacement back up. And then if there was something in this price leg we could take advantage of to keep going long, I'd like to do that. Basically just targeting all of this. As you scroll out, it's just this entire price leg is basically one big trendline liquidity, low resistance liquidity run. So this was kind of that displacement through a short-term high that I wanted to see. Let's see what we can get here. SMT at this high currently, but keep in mind external range SMT at the lows. I like a pullback into this gap and inefficiency order block. See if we can get this. Should leave a 1 minute now. Take it up to when it starts breaching these highs, I suppose. Limit order going on. But yeah, all the reasons for this trade. Higher time frame. Swept previous day low, 1. SMT at the lows with that previous day low being taken out between ES and NQ. I want to see this obviously become a market maker buy model now, and run this low resistance liquidity all the way up to potentially running all of this. I mean, who knows? If we get a crazy bullish day, we could run for all that liquidity we were looking at yesterday too. Yeah, and then entry model wise, displacement through a short-term high here. Put in a nice order block. Looks cleanest, I would say, on the 30-second chart. And imbalance. And took away the SMT at the high that was here internally. So this SMT is taken away. Now, our famous words. Let's see if we get a pullback. So instead of being up a lot this week, I'm actually down about $1,000. We just hit these bodies breaker. We left a 5-minute imbalance right at our entry. Might regret this, but that is enough, I think, to make me not care about this 1-minute structure CISD. If this runs, I already see where I messed up. I'll actually take the blame on this one today if this one runs without me. I'm not gonna take blame on Monday and Tuesday though. Those are just shit happens moments. But yeah, I'm not gonna move my limit up because we got this 5-minute imbalance the price could wick down for. Fill. And I would hate to be trying to like get in up here and then have it do that, you know, stopping us out at this low. Yeah, I had my buy limit at 634. You didn't. 634 even. So you got tapped? Oh yeah, you got tapped. Yeah. That is in very short hindsight here. I kind of wish I would have had the same, but if it comes back and picks me up anyway, I won't have regret, so we'll see. Come on, little fella. You can do it. Get that old ass of yours in the end zone. We got to win this thing. Come on. Might be getting left behind yet again. That's all I'm good for this week. Just when I say that, you do something like this and totally redeem yourself. All that whining I did, we'll see. Let's see if it heard me. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Just had manipulation at these 1 minute lows. NQ took it out. ES didn't. So for that reason, if price keeps going higher, this will become my tape read. Like if I were to have longed here, breaks through, pulls back with stop here, that'll be my tape read on this 1 to 2 R. All right, tape reading along right now. I'm not gonna take it. Keeping my limit on though. I'll show you guys what happened yesterday in the PM session. This could have been like another second opportunity entry for that PM long we were looking at. But so I was obviously waiting for this 5 minute gap down inside of the 15-minute gap. But as I was just watching the 1 minute, I tape read this yesterday, kind of internally, was this last push down here before the big run up to target. SMT had been formed right here. And like as this was running up, like I saw this big engulfing candle. I'm like, okay, that's where my tape read mentally started, like a turtle soup. Entry here, just market entry, stop here. Didn't take it obviously, but then it went straight straight to equilibrium and then reversed. See if there was a higher time frame imbalance in there as well. Oh, I think it was a 30-minute, now that I remember. I think. Yeah. There was a little 30-minute gap. See that? Right when it did this. Then it wicked all the way up to equilibrium, right back down. So similar model playing out obviously right now with this. The only thing is it's tapping into the 5 minute gap again. Or I'm sorry, the 1 minute gap here. So just something that I'm constantly keeping an eye on. Building conviction around being able to add entry models like that to two entries that I'm willing to take. Because for me, which you guys know, I've talked about this before, it's like one thing that I've always struggled with as a trader is like if I miss my perfect entry that I wanted, it's always been really difficult for me to like find good places to get in, which would also be places you'd look for pyramid entries if you did get your initial entry. I've never really been like a pyramid type trader, so maybe that's why I got some work to do around that specific style, I guess. But gotta have ways to adapt so you don't get left behind all the time. This is like fucking so frustrating when it happens 3 days out of the 4 so far this week. Interesting to see what happens here. I mean, ES is obviously trading above New York open high, which is creating some SMT obviously at the moment at the highs. But to me, there's so much more liquidity left to possibly run out on both of these. It is also a little interesting that we've been moving in the same direction for the most part. Indices and dollar both moving slowly higher. Tape read currently in profit. 1 to 2 is right there. So much liquidity. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go do legs at the gym until I throw up. All I'm good for this week is getting left behind. That's it. There you go. All right, guys. Limit coming off. I'm done. Calling it a morning. That's the trade I wanted, so sorry. But at this point, any trade I take from here is going to be a retarded trade. It doesn't make sense. No good conviction. FOMO is what it is. If I was anybody else watching me trade right now, I'd say you're done. Objective met, get off. So I'm going to take my own advice. But yeah, tape read was a success. 1 to 2 is hit and potentially more. If you caught the long here, congratulations. TPing is on you at this point. I kind of think that all this could get ran out, so do whatever you want to do, man. Not my week. We'll see. I'll see what PM session brings, if anything, but otherwise, back at it tomorrow. So that's it. Let me know if you guys need anything. Peace.